to Professor Umez in recognition of all the services that he has done to our community. We say thank you, and we are proud to give you this award with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
An international airport. He wrote a petition for European airlines not to maltreat Nigerians. I'm not going to say everything he has done. I'm going to speak about each and every one of these people before I support.
Professor Umez is an activist for good governance. Professor Umez is an activist for transparent and incorruptible government, on which he has written so many books, and he has successfully petitioned authorities for changes. Professor Umez has reached back to his community at home to provide an educational scholarship program which benefits the aspiring and yet needy youth from his hometown. Professor Umez is a professor of government at Lee College. Professor Umez is a member of many Nigerian associations. Professor Umez is the present president of the Nigerian Foundation in Houston. For more information about Professor Umez, please refer to his profile in the brochure. I have the very rare honor of presenting Professor Umez for the ONNA Community Service Award, and I thank you.
I want you guys to know that you are blessed to have God to drop this kind of man in the part of your planet. You are ambassador, every inch ambassador. The day Emma introduced me to this man, I stayed in his office an hour 30 minutes. It didn't take me long to know that this man is a gem. Gifted. If you read what he writes, if you read his books, if you watch him speak, if you watch him bring ideas and you do not appreciate that, the only way to define you is a jealous human being. Thank you, my brother. And I want to thank every one of you. Remember, if you notice, I'm not from Akwa Ibom. What does that tell you? Your generosity is far beyond comprehension. Thank you, my brother. I do not know in any way to thank you other than to say thank you very much. Now let me talk a little bit, just a little bit, about what we are here to support education of ONNA. And let me tell you one thing, just one thing about this. Aristotle, the famous Greek philosopher, 384 BC to 322 BC, said, education is the ornament in prosperity and a refuge in adversity. Nelson Mandela, you all know, born in 1918, demised in 2013, said that education is the most important weapon that you have to make a change in the world. What you guys have begun here to do, we have a multiplicative effect, domino effect, that will transcend beyond what we are doing here tonight. And one thing I want to add before we give it to others who have received the same award, is that we're gonna help as much as we can. I have yet to see any human being that become poor by giving. Let me repeat. I've never seen anybody that become poor by giving. Because when you give, ladies and gentlemen, when you give, people take notice. Nobody will forget a giver, but they tend to forget a taker. Not only that, when you give, this is what it does. It brings you out, because if you want the world to find you, you have to get lost in the service of community. Let me repeat. If you want the world to find who you are, you have to bury yourself in the service to the community. And that is the way people who are progressive in time will improve their society. A little bit of what I do, you mentioned. I know we're gonna do all we can. I'm doing the best I can. I was born poor, raised poor. I lost my dad when I was 3. Given the way my mom raised me, I decided in 1994 to keep awarding scholarship. Now I produce 15 graduates in my own time, okay? In honor of my mom. And I have about 10 attending Nigerian University. Not because I'm rich, because the way I see world. Came here empty-handed. Got a scholarship to a PhD. I didn't pay a penny, University of North Texas. For that reason, I have cash award in Agata High School, my alma mater. I have cash award, Southeastern Oklahoma State University here in the United States. Umez cash award. Why am I doing that? It's not because I have money. Because why should I come from Nigeria empty-handed? And people give me a scholarship. It is something that I will continue doing until the end. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, we must continue supporting what we know is the best way to do it. For that reason, I'm going to give this organization a token of $500. Thank you very much.